Did you know that you can actually get yourself playing high-level tennis just by warming up correctly before your match starts? My name is Jeff Salzenstein, the founder of Tennis Evolution, former top 100 ATP player. And we've got two very skilled players that we're going to watch warm up today. We're only going to watch a couple of shots at the beginning of this warm-up, but you're going to learn some key tips that you can take out with you on the court. Literally, the next time you go on the court, it's going to make a huge difference. Now, if we deliver a lot of value today, I'd love to get a thumbs up. That really helps us share the channel. The more popular our videos get, the better. So make sure you do that at the end of this video if you enjoyed it. Now, we're going to watch two players. The far court is Oren. He's the David in the David and Goliath match of about 5'6", and then we have Sandor over here, 6'4". He played on the ATP Tour. They both played on the ATP Tour. Oren got to about 150 in the world. Sandor about 80 in the world. They both have big wins over ATP players that you would know. And we want to watch the warm-up of this match. So what I want you to notice here is the very first ball that Sandor hits here. Notice the trajectory of the ball. See how high it goes over the net? To me, that screams mishit. I don't believe he meant to hit the ball that high over the net. Okay, so his first ball in the warm-up is a mishit. Here's another one that he's a little late on, and again, look how high the ball goes over the net. This is a player that I know behind the scenes has not been playing a lot of matches. This player has. I can already tell by the mishits that he's a little nervous. Okay, so now look at this backhand. Look at what he does. The very first backhand he hits, he gets a short ball and he just takes one big step and reaches, and he mishits that ball. Now, again, these are two former ATP pros, very advanced players making the same mistakes that you could be making. And so I want you to be really aware of how you can fix this and start warming up better than what Sandor is doing here. So we've already seen two mishits on the forehand. We've seen a mishit on the backhand. And then now this is a really interesting one. The ball comes to him. He must be nervous because watch his first move. He actually moves to hit a forehand and realize it's a backhand. So now this ball plays him, and look where it goes. I think he hit that one decent. Maybe a little bit of a mishit. Okay, now one thing I want you to see there, he hit that ball cleaner, but notice where the ball lands, and this is where I'm going to get into some teaching. Notice how it lands on this half of the court right here. Okay, let's watch another one. Let's watch his backhand, steps, mishits, and he hits it on this part of the court. Look how high it goes. You can tell he's nervous. Okay, let's watch this forehand. Look at where this forehand goes on this half of the court. So we're seeing a real pattern here. And so now what I want to do is I want to give you 3 tips that are going to help you right now with your warm-up. Okay, so here's the first ball. Remember when I talked about the warm-up? I want you to focus on hitting the ball lower, flatter, or in other words, get more of the ball and keep your head at contact, okay? Those are tips when you're playing. You can either focus on hitting the ball lower, flatter, or keep your head at contact right out of the gate, because if you're mishitting the ball, it means your body's moving too much and moving at the wrong time. So that's actually one tip on how you can hit the ball lower and flatter. I know I gave a few ideas there, but keep your head at contact longer. That means look at the contact point longer before you look up, and focus on where the ball is hitting your string so that you can hit the ball flatter. Second tip that I'm going to give you is on this backhand that comes up here. Okay, if you step on a low ball, you must move through it and bring this foot through with a karaoke footwork pattern and keep dancing as you move. This is an example of not being static. You have to move through your shots. Okay, so move through your shots, especially on low balls. That's tip number 2. And finally, the third one is where you aim. So watch again where this forehand goes. I want this forehand to land on this half of the court. I want it to land here instead of here. That means there's an emphasis on cross court. Okay, same thing here. I want this backhand that's going here, I want it to land over here. You must put attention on where you want the ball to land. Be very aware of your targets. Okay, so to summarize, we're going to keep our head at contact and focus on hitting the ball lower and flatter. We're going to focus on moving through the low balls. And number 3, we're going to focus on that slightly cross-court target. Okay, My guess is that you're not focusing on any of these three things, and neither is Sandor. And I believe you can start playing better tennis in the warm-up and get yourself ready for your match faster by focusing on concepts like this. So again, if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Make sure your notifications are turned on and that you're subscribed to the channel. We want more players to hear about tennis evolution. Appreciate your time today. And before you go, we have a free gift we want to offer you. There are 3 singles strategies myths that most players are making that's keeping players from playing smart tennis. And I don't want you to fall for these myths. So click the link in the description below so that you can learn 3 singles strategy myths that most players are making, and you can actually start playing smarter tennis. You're going to love these tips. Thanks for your time today, and we'll see you at the next lesson.